Hello everyone, this is Vickieverlie. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly Tarotscopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Capricorn. Hello Capricorn. This is Vickieverlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess. Thank you for joining me for your April 2014 Tarotscope and mini astrology reading. Alright, so let's get right in. Ooh, the Empress flew out. That's a nice card. Let's see what else we're going to get for April of 2014 for Capricorns. Look at that. That's some nice stuff coming up. Okay, I think we've got plenty to go on here. Well, that Empress just flew right out of that deck, didn't it? The Empress, well, the primary thing of the Empress is the pregnancy. I mean, that's the number one meaning of the Empress card. It's the pregnancy card. So again, somebody could be pregnant, in the family, or somebody that you know, or you. Maybe you're pregnant. Or could become pregnant in April. The other thing, well, another thing about the Empress, it is a good health card. And it does really refer particularly, it can be for anybody, but I really think that it refers more to women's health issues, reproductive health. So if anybody's had an issue with that you're worried about them, it's showing about the worry here, you can release it because I feel like they're going to be okay. Also, this is your mother. The Empress is your mother. It's the mother of the baby, but it's also your mother. So if you've had some stress or worry about your mother, also again, you can release it because I feel like she's going to be fine, or she is fine. Okay, so that's the first thing that showed up. The Empress is also very much a card of prosperity. She's in the harvest of the grains, and she's well fed and well taken care of. So it's a sign of prosperity. Or if you're worrying, there's something we're worrying about here, Cap. And it's basically saying, don't worry. That's the big message here. Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to eat. You have grain. You're going to eat. You'll be able to pay your bills and buy food and eat, and you're going to be okay. Looks like you are dealing with somebody rather difficult here, though. That Emperor in reverse, that is somebody that can almost sort of be a tyrant. That's somebody who can be very dominating, controlling, even abusive, wants to control everything. So, you're up against that, but I feel like it's not for long. Or maybe this is something that was instilled to you, because I'm kind of feeling like this is sort of the past here, and this is more into the future here. So this may be some kind of strictness that was, that was instilled on you, and punishment and strict. I'm the emperor. I'm gonna, lord over you, and I want to shake my fists, So, or maybe it's somebody who did physically beat you up, hit you. That could be too, because I want to do this with my fists. But really, I feel like I'm shaking my fists, like I'm shaking my fists. So let's continue on. King of Rods is showing up here very favorably. So could be an actual person who may be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. A king is a more mature person. And I'm saying person because in these general spreads, I'm not going to say that it's necessarily a man. I'm ruling gender out of this. But the king shows the older person, the more mature person, the more knowledgeable person. Maybe this could be the same person too, and it could even be your mother or father. So maybe they were mean and, mean person to you and strict when you were younger, and now they're different. Or, it could be a lot of things, but I feel like there's a marked change from this to this. And I feel they're connected somehow, and these red robes they're both wearing are standing out to me somehow. Red is the color of the root chakra, the Kundalini. Red is the planet of Mars, which is war and aggression. So, or, maybe red means something else to you, the color red, or even blood, Blood meaning blood in your body, or blood meaning family again, Hey, we're blood. Our blood is thicker than water, or something like that. At any rate, I'm feeling like there's a lot of happiness and joy surrounding this person. So it may be completely different. Maybe this is just the contrast. You know, this could be, well, maybe it's not the same person at all. Maybe, like, and Ten of Cups is a card of happiness, joy, and celebration, and it also could be people getting married. You know, it could definitely be you getting married or planning a marriage, or attending a wedding, or someone you care about is getting married. And with this, it could almost be too, like, say you did, maybe your dad did beat you or was cruel to you or something like that. Maybe this is your father, your soon-to-be father-in-law, and he's a very loving and, you know, King of Rods is a very loving and gregarious person, very generous, very doting, very, you know, involved in life. Doesn't have the newspaper in front of his face. You know, interested in what's happening. He's involved. You know. So maybe you're going to gain a father-in-law who is the direct opposite of your real father, or vice versa. You know, maybe your soon-to-be partner had an abusive father. Or this isn't always abusive. This is like this domineering, heavy energy, though. And this, what I want to say is there's something connecting these two. So there's some similarities. So maybe it is your father, your partner's father, or maybe this is your old boss and your new boss. You know, because in the elder part of it too, I feel, you know, there's the elder factor involved. And again, the Emperor also doesn't have to be a male in modern day. You know, and when these cards were created, only men had power and authority. There's plenty of women who are in a position of power and authority in the modern day. So there's going to be a shift away from this oppressive energy into this new, better energy. And he or she is cool. I just feel like I want to say they're much cooler. You deserve this. Okay, Capricorn, you deserve it. Stop punishing yourself. That's the big thing I'm getting here. You deserve it. And it's a break. It's a long time coming. You needed this break. This Ace of Swords is piercing through. You've been facing a lot of dark clouds, or you know, maybe if you did have a health crisis, you finally get the good news. So there's a break. The treatment's over, and it's a success. Also, because sometimes if this is relating to health, sometimes when this Ace of Swords shows up with some other health cards, it can mean a surgery. It absolutely can, because this could be the scalpel or the knife, you know, with the surgery. Star is right here by it. Star is always such a beautiful card. It's spirits, angels, higher forces. It's a major arcana card. I keep wanting to come back to this because I almost want to say too, like, say you did have an abusive father and he's dead now. If he is, he wants you to know that, you know, it's different when they get on the other side. Okay, how they behaved in life is not, when they get into spirit, they see that they hurt you. They see that everybody does. You have a life review, you see everything that you did to hurt another person or where you went wrong in your life. And everybody goes wrong in their life. Everybody makes mistakes. So it's almost like they want to make it up to you. I feel Spirit wants to make something up to you regardless. Even if this isn't your dad who died, you know. I just feel like Spirit is trying to make it up to you. The suffering, like here's what I want to say. You suffered. You had suffering. And it damaged you and made you feel like you weren't good enough. But now it's time to drop that, and you're going to have help from people in the real world and people who are spirits in spirit too, your spirit guides and angels. I feel really strong like this is somebody who's passed on. Whether it's your dad or not, I won't swear to that. But I feel real strong. Sometimes I don't with Star. Sometimes I feel it's an angel. I get different vibes from Star. But in this case, I want to say it is somebody that has passed on and you knew. And they're coming in to help you. So lots of help, lots of good things happening. Don't believe it. You can believe it. Don't put yourself down or feel like I'm not good enough, because you are good enough and you do deserve it. And whoever this person was who oppressed you, it could have been your kindergarten teacher who told you were dumb or something. You know, it could be anything like that. Release it. Just release it. And because you are worthy. And lots of good blessings are coming your way. All right, I want to take a look at this chart now, because this is an important month. We're going to have, this is the first of the eclipses in 2014, so it's going to affect everybody. And these eclipses are really long-reaching, where a normal new moon and full moon may just be in the vibration for that month or a couple weeks. The eclipse new moons and full moons are, the solar and lunar eclipse, are very long-lasting. Up to 6 months they really can last. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm turning the wheel to put Capricorn on the ascendant. And for those of you who don't know, the ascendant and the rising sign are exactly the same thing. So if you know your rising sign, that's your ascendant, and you definitely want to take a look at that too. Okay, so our first, the first one is occurring up here in Libra on April 15th, and it's in Libra. That's your 10th house of career. Now it's a full moon, so the full moon often eclipses something out of your life or takes it away. In your case, I think it's taken away some pain, though, that you were carrying. You know, I feel even though it's in the 10th house of career, but maybe this pain was, you know, holding you back from really achieving all that you could in your career. 10th house is actually your house, Capricorn. That's in the flat wheel, and then, you know, when you put Aries on the ascendant, that's called the flat wheel. That's Capricorn's house. You're the ruler. Capricorn rules the 10th house, so this is your area. So releasing something on April 15th, and then we're going to follow up with a solar eclipse and a new moon on April 29th, and that's going to fall in your 5th house. 5th house, the number one thing I think of a 5th house is love affairs, but also 5th house is children. And I'll tell you what, I've only had 2 children my whole life. I have twin daughters. I had them both at the same time, and I got pregnant with twins when Jupiter was in my 5th house. So 5th house action. If you're trying to get pregnant, I wasn't, you know, but if you are trying to get pregnant, events happening in that 5th house can definitely trigger a pregnancy. Or if you already have kids, maybe something great's going to happen for them and their kids. It rules, 5th house rules love affairs, children, and creativity. So all good stuff, all good things of having fun in your life is 5th house energy, and you need to do that, Capricorn. I have a Capricorn sun sign too, so I know we can be a little on the serious side and workaholics. So after the 29th, let's initiate having some fun in our lives. Okay, so that about concludes our mini reading. If you get a personal reading with me, we get much more in depth. I run your chart, we look at your transits. I tune into a lot of your past lives a lot of times. I wanted to say not everybody, but a lot of people were asking about my deck. So I wanted to show it real quick. It's called the Hanson, it's not my personal deck. I didn't design it or anything. But it's called the Hanson Roberts decks. Hanson, Hanson Roberts, Roberts. And I've been using it for years and years. I like the scrolly, swirly, Celtic-y design on the outside. I like the card illustrations. And the other thing that why I stick with this deck, I think, is the size of it is What is orgonite? Originally discovered in the 1930s by Wilhelm Reich, orgone energy, or etheric energy, is present in living things including the human body. Reich proposed that illness occurs when our etheric body is out of balance, and that positive orgone energy could realign the etheric field, thus facilitating healing and balance of one's life force, chi or prana. It has since been scientifically proven that energy called piezoelectricity, meaning electricity resulting from pressure, is created by the compression of certain materials such as quartz crystals, wood, salt, sugar, ceramics, and bones. As the resin cures in an orgonite piece, it shrinks and compresses the organic matter contained within. The energy emitted creates a positive energy generator. You really can feel the energy coming forth from these pieces. Orgonite clears the air and neutralizes negative emotions as well as electronic clutter from our high-tech devices. Each orgonite piece is lovingly hand-created using intuitive pairing of materials to enhance and raise vibration and aid in ascension and a spiritual awakening. I use materials from nature, including the bark from a sacred willow for grounding, and gold flakes to emulate the golden light basking down from the higher dimensions. Visit my Etsy shop for a wide selection of handmade orgone pieces, especially designed for spiritual growth, including heart opening, chakra alignment and activation, and more. Visit www.orgoneenergyflow.etsy.com to see more beautiful orgone pieces. And remember, you are loved.